love their table, love their food, but there is a decrease in going out and eating in restaurants. Italians are cooking more at home, and I must say that Italians are also going into the lack of time. They are buying prepared foods, frozen foods to a certain extent, and cooking at home. The one kind of balancing act to this, from what I saw is, and from the statistic that I've been researching, is that Italians are also going more towards natural food and healthy food. So there's a balance, cooking at home, yes, but with consciousness, with buying organic food, with buying local foods, with buying foods that are really good with consciousness. Also consciousness for the environment, which is a great move. As far as eating out, Italians have less time. They eat in faster places, like in America. But I must say that the fast places could be also an osteria, trattoria, something like that. So hence the food is much better that the Italians eat. And of course the great stellati, the starred restaurants in Italy, which are the special treat for the Italians. And those chefs are great. You know, I think Italy has now 360 Michelin stars in total, which is a big number. That is all credit to the chefs and their inventions. Now you imagine Italy, just about everybody cooks in Italy. And hence, you know, to go to a stellato restaurant to get a pasta fagioli that your nonna makes better, so they have to be inventive. The Italian chefs, stellati, have to push the edge and become more inventive. But the secret is that they respect tradition, and a lot of them do. Some of them go off on tangents, but a lot of them base their creativity on tradition, on traditional products, which is great message from Italy. So how does that transport to America? In America, you know, Americans love Italian food. They love everything that's Italian, the way of living, the way of eating, the way of enjoying. But Italian chefs, you know, are not immigrants anymore. I have several restaurants, and for me, either I train a chef to cook Italian under my wings. I have Fortunato Nicotra, one really Italian chef at Feliria, but otherwise, the other ones are all chefs that need to be trained. So, to transport the culture, the Italian culture, as it is evolving in Italy into America, we need to, certainly, the traditional products need to be there. They need to be promoted, they need to be understood, and we need to train these great chefs like Michael White. I think Michael White spent 6 years in Imola, San Domenico. Paul Bortolotta spent time with Paracucci. Mario Batali in Emilia-Romagna for 2 years. So it is important, importantissimo, that we train, that we give an opportunity to young, evolving American chefs that are going to be cooking Italian food to truly understand our culture. Certainly, education, training is the key word if you're going to be competitive in this world in the future, in every aspect. And that holds true for the food industry, for the restaurant industry. The chefs, yes, they need. But how about the commoner? How about the person that cooks at home? They need education too. They need to understand. Again, they want the table to be Italiano, to have the flavors, the smells, the deliciousness of an Italian meal. But they need to know how to cook it, and they need to understand traditional products, because what transports a culture, one of the first items are the traditional products. Because if you have in the middle of Kansas a plate of prosciutto di Parma and some grana padano and some semolina bread, you are in Italy. So that could happen. That flavor of Italy could be brought in the middle of America to Kansas. But the buyers need to be aware. They need to understand. So the education of understanding the products, what goes behind making that product, and how the Italians use it in their lifestyle. I think the very young, the millenniums, should we call, are very open. They are very open to culture. They're very into the world because of internet, and they're so at ease with that. So. But they have limited time, so you got to get it to them quickly, quick information, bites of information. So what kind of foods? You know, certainly a lot of Italian traditional food fit that mold. So, you know, a nice prosciutto sandwich, some grana padano with some aceto balsamico. The Millenniums could very well go for it. Good nutrition, it's good flavor, it's Italian with a nice glass of Italian wine, crunchy bread. They have an Italian meal, and that's what the Millennium is looking, something quick, tasty, nutritious as well.
We are here at Vino 2016. We are really proud to represent the best of the Italian wine. First of all, I want to say thanks to Giacomo Takis, who passed away yesterday. Giacomo Takis was the man who created the new Risorgimento of the Italian wine. And after more than 30 years, we are here to discuss about how is the new wave of the Italian food and wine in America, in particular in New York. In my little experience, that is already 6 years in New York, we saw how different it is to be and to represent the Italian food in the United States. Right now, in every restaurant that you see in New York, not only the Italian, you find always something that is Italian, but not Italian sounding, something like a pasta. When you go in an American restaurant, you always find like 3 or 4 dishes with pasta. Even about the wine list, the major of the wine right now are Italian. And I think because our quality, the Italian wine quality, is the best with the better price compared to other countries. A lot of other people are talking about who are our competitors. We don't want to compete with our French cousin, with the wine from Chile or South America, but we have to work together and to compete and have a better quality with the amazing price. Because of that, I think we won and we are winning in this country.